Hello everyone, this is Janice with cricketology.blogspot.com, and today I want to share with you this card that I created because I was inspired from Kay Andrews' blog hop that she's having for our fallen heroes. There's going to be a For Our Fallen Heroes run taking place in Maine, and they are remembering the people who gave their lives on September 11th. And there's a lady, and she's one of Kay Andrews' designers, and she's going to actually deliver cards. And so if you're interested in participating, just go to Kay Andrews' blog and check out the blog, and there's a place where you can find the address, so you can send your cards of support as well. Let's see. So it's www.gettingcricky.com, and so go check that out. So let me show you how I did part of this. I found this great quote from Abraham Lincoln on a website. I think it's called Garden Quotes, and there is a section that's patriotic quotes. I actually just Googled patriotic quotes, and this is what I came up with. And there's a bunch, and I really liked this one. I like to see a man proud of the place in which he lives. I like to see a man live so that his place will be proud of him. Abraham Lincoln. So I wanted to include that as my sentiment because I don't have any really patriotic. I have 4th of July stamps, but nothing inspiring like that. So I'm going to be ordering Kay Andrews' Freedom Isn't Free set pretty soon. And she has some great stamps if you haven't checked her out. She has a great blog if you haven't checked her out. Okay, so here are some of the pieces. I don't have this printed, and my son's on the computer right now. You'll be able to hear him shouting periodically. He's playing a game. So I'm just going to leave out that part. But I started with, this is a tall card. It's just an 8.5 by 11 piece of cardstock cut at 8 by 9.5 or 9.25, so it'll fit in a business size envelope. And then I went and got a piece of brown, and I just cut it about 1/8 of an inch smaller than that. See, I just wanted a very little border. Okay, so we're gonna put that down. And make sure it's opening the right way before I stick it down. Okay, then I got a piece of craft cardstock, and this, let's see what it measures. It is not quite 3.5. It's 3 7/8 by what? By 8.5. And that goes right here. Now what I did, I ran my paper only part of the way. It didn't fit all the way, and I didn't want to do the bottom part. So I just ran it through once, and the stars, I'm actually not sure what the real name of it is because I never wrote it on my folder, but it's this one, the Cuttlebug folder that with the stars. So I think it's perfect for patriotic. But I treated this with a technique that I used, this white pigment ink from Studio G, from Michaels. And all you do is you run your white ink over your cardstock lightly because you just want to catch the raised areas. I love this glass mat that I purchased at Joann.com. I love it because I can do this, and then I just wipe it with a baby wipe or just a rag, and it's really easy to keep clean. So I'm really happy. I was kind of in the market for a new craft mat, and I'm glad I went with a glass one. This is wonderful. Okay, so you just do as much or as little as you want. Then what I did to give it a really rustic look, I took my distressing tool. This one happens to be from Close to My Heart, but you can find these anywhere. I know Michael's carries the tonic one. It looks really cool. There's different ones, Making Memories. You could also, I'll just show you real quick here, that you can use just a scissor if you don't have one and you want to do this today and you don't want to buy anything else, which is kind of where I am right now. I don't mind. I will invest in Kate Andrews stamps because they do. She is helping charity, and that just touches my heart. It's something that I'm really trying to teach my son, you know, that it's great to give to others, you know, and that's God's heart, you know, that we help others, you know. He talks about that in the Bible, you know, about taking care of orphans and widows. And so, anyway, she's so generous, Kate Andrews is. So I love that. So yeah, so that's it. You just keep doing that until you get the look that you want. And make sure that I wipe down any kind of ink that might be on here. So then I took my Fired Brick ink and just went along here. Let me get some light here. It's getting a little, I think it's cloudy this morning or something. Then I actually did the same technique to this piece here. And this is just a piece of Coordinations cardstock that I had in my scraps. And I wanted it to be red, white, and blue, but I kind of wanted it to look, you know, kind of like these muted colors. Because I wanted it to be masculine, even though there are men and women now in the military. When Abraham Lincoln said this, you know, you got to remember there were no women in the military, so that's why it says a man. But I have friends that are women that are serving in the military, so I know that. Okay, so then I ran that little strip there. Okay, and then before I attach this down, I need my brads, and I keep them in here. You can get this little container at Michael's now, but I got mine a long time ago at Oriental Trading. And I chose these silver ones. These are, I don't know where these are from. I think they're Making Memories or something from Michael's. And then I took my little tool that I'm really liking. And this is not going to be a finished card today because I can tell I'm already at 9 minutes. But all I did was put these at each corner. And I'm not going to do them all. I just want to show you my cut. My cut for the soldier is from, let's see that, I'm going to put one on each corner, is from Stand and Salute. And I cut the shadow and the image, and there is a woman on there too, woman soldier, and it's 5.5 inches, and so that's going to go here. And then I got to cut down my piece here for the sentiment. I got to cut it down, but and then I just glued it on top. I did use my We Are Memory Keepers new